Oh, it works. Oh my god, I've just spent the last hour trying to get my camera to work. Jeez. Legends ZA has been out for almost a month, and with it came new Mega Pokemon. In this video, I'll be ranking the top 10 new Mega evolutions. We won't know the abilities for these Pokemon until Pokemon Champions next year, so we can't rank them competitively yet. This list is just my opinion, so if your favorite Pokemon is not on this list, then sue me. But yeah, let's get into the video. Starting off the top 10 is Mega Scrafty. The little guy with his hands in his pocket, the hoodie, it's all like his shedding skin because he's like a lizard. It's a really cool design. Fighting Dark isn't like a fantastic typing because, fairies exist, but I could see the future where Mega Scrafty is competitively viable. It starts with Intimidate, and as long as it receives a decent ability in Pokemon Champions, I guess is when they're gonna get their abilities. I think Mega Scrafty could be very good. He has Fake Out, he has Intimidate, he gains Parting Shot. He also gets access to the move Dragon Dance, and he has decent bulk, respectable attack, decent HP. He could be a really competitive threat, and I could see Mega Scrafty being rather useful in the upcoming game. Next on our list is Mega Frostlass, and it's kind of strange they didn't have a Mega back in the day. You had Mega Gallade and Mega Gardevoir, so it would make sense that you would have Mega Frostlass as well as Mega Glalie. I don't understand why they didn't have one back in the day in Generation 6, but I'm glad that Mega Frostlass is here. I'm glad that it got some love. The fog emanating from the dress is really cool, and I think it could be a decent competitive threat given the right ability. A lot of Pokemon on this list, depending on the ability they get when they Mega Evolve, determines if they're going to be good or not, because imagine you get Truant and no one's going to use this Pokemon. I don't imagine it'll get Truant, but you hear what I'm saying. The fog from her dress, the horns, the design is really cool. Ghost Ice is okay typing. But yeah, I think Frostlass could be a decent special attacker. Mega Malamar is number 8 on the list. Dark Psychic isn't a good typing whatsoever. So if Malamar is going to be a strong Mega, it needs to have a really good ability. One U-turn and this guy is knocked out, just plainly. But the design, the waving arms, the fro that he's got, the beak is really cool. I like that he's slimmed down. He looks like an RGB strip. I really like the design of Mega Malamar. I don't think he's going to be that good. His ability's got to be insane. Like maybe an ability that like sets up Trick Room passively. Something cool like that would fit Malamar thematically, but it's got to carry the weight in Pokemon Champions, or this guy's just going to be a really forgettable Mega. Dark Psychic seems like an interesting type. You have two weaknesses in Bug and Fairy, but you have literally zero resistances. You have an immunity to Psychic, but zero resistances makes Malamar just a punching bag. Now, he does get stat improvements, so he does have a really good special defense, a usable HP, and an okay defense, but like I said, one U-turn, this guy's knocked out, and U-turn's rather common, so like I said, one good ability will make or break this guy, and he's really just hoping for something when Champions comes out. When I was coming up for the list, I was surprised to see that Phalanx has made it so far. I never was a fan of original Phalanx, but I'm a big fan of the new Mega. I like how they all come together to make the sword and shield combo, and I like how the little guy in the middle is like struggling to keep it all in. But the design is just really cool, and the stat distribution is rather good. He becomes a bit faster, that base 100 speed, a lot bulkier, and a lot more attack power. He's got 135 attack, 135 defense, 100 speed. Not so good HP at 65, and an okay 65 special defense. So you will have to knock him out with special attacks, but Phalanx has a signature move and no retreat. And imagine Mega Phalanx setting up one no retreat. He's just going to be the ultimate raid boss, and it's going to be super fun competitively. I will probably try to use him when Champions comes out. He also pays homage to his home game, Sword and Shield, literally holding a sword and a shield. He looks like a gladiator. He's really cool design. I really like the way he looks. Mono Fighting isn't terrible typing. You're weak to Psychic, Flying, and Fairy, but you also resist Bug, Rock, and Dark. So not terrible, not great. I'd like to see him have a second, maybe steel typing because he has a sword and shield. But also, those are just the homies, so maybe they're not made of steels. It's just made of a guy, I don't know, a little caterpillar guy. But I really like Phalanx from a design standpoint. Number 6 is everyone's favorite water starter, Greninja. Thematically amazing. The helicopter shuriken, the upside down thing he's got going on, it's goofy, but it's cool at the same time. And he's going to be a special attacking juggernaut. 142 speed, 133 special attack, glass cannon of a mon. I can't wait to see him used. Water Dark is a decent typing. You resist fire, water, ice, ghost, dark, and steel, but you're also weak to electric, grass, fighting, bug, and fairy. But you do have an immunity to psychic, so it's rather even. You're weak to a bunch, you resist a bunch, but you can hit most Pokemon at least neutrally with water and dark typing. And I'd like to see Greninja. I can't wait to see what he does in Pokemon Champions. My favorite Mega Starter is coming in at number 5, and that's Mega Delphox. Mega Delphox wants to spam Expanding Force inside of Psychic Terrain, and if you're unfamiliar, if a Pokemon is in Psychic Terrain and uses Expanding Force, it becomes a base 140 move, if I remember correctly, that hits both targets. So a really powerful move. Only problem I can see is if Delphox receives the Levitate ability, because levitating Pokemon can't be affected by the terrain, which means that Expanding Force won't work the way you want it to, which would be just an unfortunate inadvertent nerf. Levitate helps because of the fire typing, you're immune to ground types, which is a weakness you already have. So it wouldn't be terrible, but you definitely want Delphox on the ground even though it's flying. So hopefully it stays grounded and can spam Expanding Force. I really love Delphox thematically, her riding the broom that's on fire, and just really cool thematic design. I love Mega Delphox. Coming in at number 3 is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and that's Scolipede. I love the regal, the coat that it wears, the cape, it just looks majestic. I love thematically how it looks. It becomes decently slow, which is a good thing. It goes down to a base 62 speed, which means it can function in Trick Room. However, regular Scolipede has the speed boost ability, so it's not limited to working in Trick Room. You can protect a turn with speed boost and then Mega Evolve, so you would be faster next turn, which I think would work better for Scolipede. You could just commit to Trick Room fully and give it Poison Point or Swarm before. It can work in or out of Trick Room, and I think that's very good. So your opponent doesn't necessarily know what you're going for unless it's open team sheet, which, then you would know. But closed team sheet formats, you don't know if Scoliopede's coming at you fast or slow. You don't know if it's a Trick Room team or a speed boosting team. So with that, Mega Scolipede can be very versatile. And so it gets a really high 149 defense and a really high 140 attack. Decent special bulk as well, 99 special defense, 60 HP is not great, but it's decently bulky. Bug Poison on the surface doesn't seem like a good typing. You think of like Beedrill and them, it's like, ugh. But defensively, it's not bad. You are a quarter resist to grass and fighting. You resist bug, which is whatever, but you also resist poison and fairy, which are rather common types. You're weak to rock, fire, psychic, and flying, which does suck, but it's not bad. A decent resist, and I think Mega Scolipede has a decent chance to be competitively successful. Coming in at number 3 is one of my favorite Pokemon, Chandelure. And I love Mega Chandelure. I loved base Chandelure for years. I use it in my playthrough of Pokemon Black. But Mega Chandelure is just beautiful. It's just a bigger chandelier, and what else do you want? It's really dope. The way Mega Chandelure sounds is really amazing. So when I edit this, go ahead and play that sound real quick. Thanks. The Ghost Fire type is really good. So obviously you're immune to normal. You resist fire, grass, ice, bug, poison, steel, and fairy. A decent amount of resist. And you're weak to water, rock, ghost, ground, and dark. Common types, so not great. But you do resist a bit. You're immune to a couple when fighting and normal. Decent typing. Offensively, fantastic typing. You can hit everything neutrally, basically. You would have problems with dark type Pokemon, but you could just hit them with fire type moves. But it's okay. Base 90 speed isn't the fastest, but it's definitely usable. So you'll need some Tailwind support, maybe some Fake Out support to make Mega Chandelure useful. But I think it's worth it. That base 175 special attack can rip through opponents. So It actually has some decent defenses, 110 in defense and special defense, and an okay HP at 60. It's usable. So you're not like a glass cannon, you're just a cannon. And so I really like the way Chandelure is designed. I think it's going to be a competitive threat. Maybe, just maybe, Game Freak will give Chandelure the shadow tag that it was supposed to have, what, 20 years ago? Not 20 years, 15 years ago? I could see it happening. I'm really excited to use Chandelure. Coming in at number 2 is the winged ear boy himself, Dragonite. First off, Mega Shiny Dragonite is really cool. It pays homage to its pre-evolutions, Dratini and Dragonair, and just becomes blue. And I think that's just really pretty. It looks awesome. It's very angelic. It's very just beautiful. Mega Dragonite was the first Pokemon introduced for the trailer in Legends ZA, and the winged ears just peak. Interestingly, Mega Dragonite becomes a special attacker, losing 10 of its attack actually, and it has usable 124 attack, but now it has become a special attacker with 145. So previously in Scarlet and Violet, it would be only a physical attacker, making use of his inner focus ability and spamming extreme speed. Terra Normal extreme speed was like rather threatening, but now he wants to become a special attacker, and it gets a decent amount of bulk. It previously had 100 special defense and 95 defense. It goes to 115 defense and 125 special defense. So a really bulky boy. Only real weakness is to ice type. 4 times weakness isn't good. But Dragon Flying isn't a terrible type. You resist fire, water, grass, fighting, and you're immune to ground as well as resisting bug with that flying type. You are weak to rock, dragon, and fairy, but more importantly, you're 4 times weak to ice, so that's not great. But I think Mega Dragonite will be a competitive success. It has access to like every single special attacking move, so it's really great. It can fit in snow teams, it can spam blizzard, it can fit in rain teams, it can use thunder and hurricane. It could fit in sun. Let me make sure, but I think it can learn solar beam. It doesn't look like it can learn solar beam. The way I see Mega Dragonite being used is a bulky tailwind setter, and I see as a multiple weather abuser. We've never seen this before in the way I'm attempting to use it. So imagine you have like 3 different weather setters behind you. So you've got a Alolan Ninetales to set snow, you've got Pelipper to set rain, and you've got Torkoal to set the sun. So give him Tailwind, Weather Ball, Blizzard, and Thunder. Maybe you don't need Torkoal for this, but you see the vision, right? Accurate Blizzards, accurate Thunders, and then Weather Ball for, you know, either rain, or if you wanted to use Torkoal, you could use Torkoal in the sun, do some heat waves. But basically, just a bulky special attacker that can help set up your team with Tailwind. And I could see Mega Dragonite being a problem just with how bulky it is, the different coverage types it provides, and yeah. Coming in our number 1 spot is surprising to me personally. It's Excadrill. I love Mega Excadrill. I use him in my playthrough. I'm not quite finished, but I'm using him now. And they just cooked. They really just let Game Freak cook. The arms and the head that turn into a drill, super amazing. My Excadrill's name is DeWalt, by the way, which is hilarious. And as long as Excadrill keeps its Sand Rush ability, I hope it keeps its Sand Rush ability, it will be a threat. It will single-handedly bring Tyranitar back to main stage. So let's look at the stats for a second. It already has really good HP at 110, 100 defense, serviceable special defense 65, not great, but you know, it's whatever. You're not super frail. But 165 attack when it Mega Balls. Hits like a truck. 103 base speed is nothing to sneeze at as well. It's faster than like Charizard and everything else that's also has 100 base speed. And Ground Steel is a really good typing. So you're weak to fire, water, fighting, and ground 4. But you're immune to poison and electric. You are resisted to normal, flying, psychic, bug, rock, dragon, steel, and fair. You have 10 resistances. 2 of those are immunities. And I think Mega Excadrill is going to be a threat. Excadrill just chokes me up for whatever reason. I can't say it. I don't know. But yeah, Mega Excadrill is my favorite Pokemon from Legends ZA. Yeah, that's my top 10 Mega Pokemon from Legends ZA. I'm going to try to get more consistent. I've really just been procrastinating, putting things off. I'm going to make a promise to myself to make more videos. I want to at least try to get one out weekly, and I know I can if I just, lock in, put my mind to it. And yeah, thanks for watching.